Today we roll back the clock to the roaring 20s. And the films of Buster Keaton. Now, okay, don't click off. Don't click off. I know this is one of the most niche things I could possibly come up with in this time. But I wouldn't make this video unless I actually knew that I could not convert you into a Buster Keaton 1920s film fan. Endlessly inventive, 20 minutes a pop. And with gags, real danger and stunt work that probably hasn't been topped since. Yeah, I'm a Buster Keaton fan. So, considering they're all free right now on YouTube, I decided to dive right in to one of the biggest film marathons of my life. Here is every Buster Keaton directed film from 1917 onwards. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into a jumping mood. The Rough House. Complete chaos. Keaton's directorial debut. He's barely in it. Instead, saddle up with Fatty Arbuckle and run around and hit things. With more violence than a Punch and Judy skit and editing so jumpy it looks like people are just fucking teleporting, this early entry is a pretty tough watch, even for 1917. Pratfalls instead of jokes? Looks like somebody came very far. 1 week! 1 week is Buster Keaton's first starring role, and already this is more identifiable. Whilst Keaton does hit the ground running, sometimes literally, I'm more distracted by this 1920s cutie. What a dame! Her comedic timing is easily on par with the star. Anyway, a couple attempt to build a pop-up house. It's adorable, but gets progressively less charming as it goes along. Attempted rape. It's kind of phenomenal that all the key Keaton components are just there already, just sitting there, but I'm more sad about the fact that I fell in love with a woman from 1921. Convict 13. The thing with Keaton that you have to know is that he's considerably bleaker than Chaplin. Every other movie, someone's trying to kill or hang Buster. Other times, he just tries to kill himself. A staggering amount of blasé suicide attempts in this comedy skit about death row. I'd compare this one specifically to a mid-tier Tom and Jerry episode about state execution. Neighbours! Cinema of attractions all over this thing. We're still a little while away from the Stone Cold classics, but I really like this one. Apart from a few insane acrobatic feats, it's pretty standard fare, even for this early stage of his career. Phenomenal still, but a bit of blackface never hurt anyone. Right? We watched this one with psychedelic jazz as the backing track, and all I can say is Nightmare Circus. The Scarecrow. In the first half, a cute sequence about a one-room house operated by ropes and a pulley system. It's a straight 10 out of 10. And the second, Keaton is chased by a small pit bull called Luke. This stunt dog, Fatty Arbuckle's actual dog, has all the gymnastic and comedic ability of the best of them. Keep an eye on one of the contemporary themes of Keaton's work. The ongoing vendetta between man and dog. Ghosts? It's Buster versus the Skeletons. Keaton inadvertently creates the Scooby-Doo textbook 50 years early. Once the film quickly burns up all the comedic possibilities of glue, this one has some of his best gags in it. I'm talking audible laughs, not blowing air out of your nose half smirks. There's even less plot than usual, but I genuinely would cite these as the blueprint for every classic cartoon. Spoiler, the house isn't actually haunted, so how do these skeletons build a human man? Hard luck. Hard luck is good, but all over the place. Buster starves on the street and goes gig hunting. It's a scatterbrained plot that acts as a best hits clip show. If these films are his act, then this is definitely recycled material. Although, to be fair, I am marathoning 40 years in a month. With a lot more in the way of title cards, Keaton even gets some rare great zingers. How there haven't been endless gift sets made of this one is beyond me. Buster, drinking poison? That's a vibe! The high sign. You know how films like Airplane stuff in 50 visual gags a minute? That's the high sign. The jokes come thick and fast. Some of them are even funny. Can Keaton bodyguard the same target he's been told to kill? That's a pretty cute, inventive plot. And it's also a masterclass in comedic body language. The GOAT! I think the climate is ready to bring back comedy based around the premise of wacky violence towards the law. I appreciate that these are all 100 odd years old, but this one just feels a bit too slight. That it feels old. And now, ladies and gents, the Buster Keaton Variety Hour, the Playhouse. How much imagination and energy can you fit into 20 minutes? How the hell did they do this effect so well? And why is he doing blackface again? That's your third strike, Keaton. You're cancelled. The chaotic energy is playful in the Playhouse, but it's also exhausting and goes for the really easy jokes. Now he's a monkey. Now there's a little person. Comedy. You've seen the goat, now witness the boat. There's a real desperate sadness to this one, even though it's largely the same material. The tragedy of a man who destroys his house and car to build a boat that don't boat. I think it's the inclusion of the family taken for the depressive ride this time. Oh, to be a hungry boat owner with a stake on the wall. The pale face. Okay, so it's about Native Americans. It's the 20s. It's obviously going to be racist. Can we just not be demonically old South about it? In actuality, it's just one of those harmless Warner Brothers cartoons that need context disclaimers up front. It's sweet. It's good. And he gets the girl. And they kiss for 2 years. I think it also got ripped off by Pirates of the Caribbean. Live to die, born to fall, money is a fuck, 30,000 dead cops. One of the highest scale action pieces, not just of his, just in all of film. A piece of slapstick with the crew and manpower of a Ben-Hur scale Hollywood epic is just bound to be funny. The final chase really pushes this one high. Like, how did they even make this? This is what my dreams look like. My wife's relations. You think your family's odd? This film is a sad slide whistle incarnate. The little sub gets accidentally married again to a bareback gorilla and spends the rest of the short getting manhandled by a whole family. It's good to see him score a mini victory for once against this plain weird set of Dursleys, and that one villainous staircase that keeps coming back to taunt him. But again, it's a lot of slapstick and stuff I've seen before. You can get this at any old penny fair. The blacksmith. Funny man fall down and break things. Am I just getting worn down by mid-tier practicality gags, or is this one just harmless, feckless guff? See, the joke is that he's not a very good blacksmith. And that's the only joke. There's nothing particularly magical or noteworthy here, but it'll probably make you smile. The Frozen North. This film has Keaton's best single joke in it. Light on stunts, heavy on good gags. Beginning with a cardboard cutout stick-up, and ending with a dog sleigh full of cute little doggies. Every other joke has immediately faded from my memory. It's really invigorating how much a little role swap mixed it up so much. Written as an insulting denouncement of a specific man who actually existed, called William Hart, who accused Fatty Arbuckle in his trial. This whole movie is a fuck you. Could it be the House of Tomorrow? Keaton mixes up his degrees with an electrician and gets to work creating a wonder home of the future. These films shine when the production design and camera trickery guys come out to play. Seeing a comic actor with so much deadpan control over his antagonistic cartoon environment is always going to be impressive. And it's definitely more of an impressive watch than a downright funny one, especially as it ends with another post-grad suicide attempt. Same. Daydreams. Oh no! Half of it's missing! This one's just a short skit collection, where all of the skits are missing. Really fast-paced and full of vaudevillian darkness, but wait, we're getting chased by cops again? Buster, what did you do as a kid? The Balloonatic. I want a refund! There is about a minute of fine 20s hot air balloon action in this. Suppose naming your film after a canoe sounds less exciting. And you'd be right. It is. Some neat feats and a loosely connected set of gags, but it's worth the ride. The Love Nest. Oh no! And this one's bad. Keaton goes seafaring, again, but pirates this time, I guess. Squint your eyes and you might even think this comedy mutiny story is supposed to be a drama. Restricted and therefore forgettable, yeah, let's stick the amazing physical talent guy into a small space. Genius. It's the last silent short, and he's all the better for it, as Fatty Arbuckle and this crew only seem to be holding him back. 3 ages, and we'll have the biggest sets, and it'll be a historical, and it'll be, no, 3 historicals! It's this ambitious comedy epic that really makes you realise how big and expensive some of these 20 pictures could get. Show this to almost anyone and they will be shocked that moving pictures of this time could do so much. Special shout out to the stop motion. Endless innovation. The modern era stuff really does let the side down though, and just feels like the budget ran out. Like, no, go back to the cavemen. Go back to the chariot race with the doggies. Our Hospitality. A feud between two rival families with star-crossed lovers. It's trying so hard to be one of these proper pictures that it forgets to have any fun. I counted, it takes 17 minutes for the first joke to appear. Whoa, is Keaton branching out to other genres? Wow, I never thought about that. The options, the choice, the potential. Oh, wait, no, the woman's a horse. Sherlock Jr., my introduction to the Keats, and quite simply one of my favourite movies. Surreal, impressive, it's creative by even today's standards. This should be everyone's gateway drug to 20s cinema. A film this old shouldn't be so exciting. The Navigator. Buster decides to get married within 24 hours without informing the bride. Somehow, this gets us to more seafaring, hijinks and cannibals. I am the captain now. I appreciate the crazy budget and gorgeous old school diving gear sequences, but this really does feel like a short with 30 more minutes than it needed. From this point on, Buster starts mastering every mode of 1920s transport available to him. Great gags, but very little linking tissue. It is one of the best looking films on here, or even for this time period, but I'd be a lie to say that the first half kept my interest. 7 chances. Often remade, never topped. Very plot heavy, but also endlessly charming. This Monty Python sketch concludes with the best chase scene arguably put to film. Go west. Buster Keaton now with cow wife. Yeah, for all of this one's jokes and the gorgeous quality it's still in, it's still the one where he has a cow wife. Battling as butler. I was so tired and bored watching this one that I didn't even realise I was just watching the goat again. The General. With the directorial help of Clyde Bruckman and the Age of Steam, Keaton manages to do every single gag possible with a train. Sorry, filmmakers post-1926, he just did them all. It does drag just a little, but like all second halves, Keats drops the dead weight and trades jovial scrapes with the law for some true death-defying back-to-back stunts and stakes. Exciting, intense, it's all one long chase scene that relies on the main character's craftiness and creativity. A Mad Max Fury Railroad, if you will. Enjoy the Civil War, dude. Had good things for the Confederates. It still just shocks me that this is 93 years old. College, on the other hand, shows its age. There's a reason College isn't a Stone Cold classic like The General or Sherlock Jr. No one is doing a 4K restoration on the one where he goes to college and tries track and field and then more blackface. Oh wait, they did. No, this isn't even Keaton's take on a college movie. This is just a college movie where anyone could have been the lead. Nothing particularly special about it. I'm sat here waiting for the jokes to come. If I didn't know that all these movies were made in the space of about 7 years, I'd say that Buster Keaton was maybe mellowing out. But no, months prior he released The General. That said, I do find the ending 5 minutes hilarious. Now you've done it, Buster. Now you're getting the Battle Buster. Fight me, villain. And last of all, Steamboat Bill Jr. The last product of Keaton's independent production crew is about a reunited father and son lured into fraud by a rival business competition. It's definitely yearning for true story structure and an emotional takeaway for once, which, you know, isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I do think at the end of the day that these films are gag and stunt showcases. And for that reason it's very restrained, and not quite the bookend you'd want to his short film career. Like, we're doing boats again? Many of these stunts simply haven't been topped, but God does it go on a bit. So, for the record, Sherlock Jr., The General, 7 Chances, The Haunted House. You will thank me later.